Kobe, you guys had a really great stretch in that 5-game homestand here. What are you looking for building off of that road trip with just 2 games left before the holiday break here at home?
Yeah, we obviously want to build off the momentum we had at home. It's a building that we love playing in front of our fans, obviously. So we want to come out with the right details, the right mindset and attitude. Moving our feet, being hard, and kind of setting the tone, making this a hard building to play in.
And what do you guys know about where the Penguins are right now and what they're doing that poses a challenge? I mean, obviously, with someone like Sidney Crosby, you always have to be mindful.
Yeah, obviously we know that they had a tougher start, but then in the last maybe 10, 15 games, they've really turned things around. I know Sheldon was telling us about their 5-on-5 offense. Like, since they've turned it around, they're one of the top, probably the top team in the league in generating 5-on-5 offense. So we know that's going to be a challenge. Obviously, they have a lot of great players over there. So yeah, it's going to be a good challenge for us.
What is it like defending against someone like Sidney?
He's honestly like super strong down low, like in the corners. Like, obviously, he does so many things right that just kind of pile up. He's like, I mean, most guys in this, like, everyone looks up to him in the league. Like he's obviously a guy that has a ton of respect, but he really plays the right way, and he's hard to play against down low. Kind of has that like low center of gravity, and really wins a lot of puck battles. So he does so many things right that. Yeah, it'll be a good challenge.
What are the main things that you take away from what you guys did in Columbus? Just that, because you played a great game, just you're sort of that goalie back there.
Yeah, exactly. I think sometimes, there's chance involved in every game, and sometimes you run into a really good goalie. Like Merzlingus was playing amazing last game, and hats off to him. He did great. But we generated a lot of offense, and we didn't spend that much time in our zone. So I think if you play enough games like that, like, it's the right formula for winning. So for us, it's a matter of not getting impatient, trusting that process. It's worked, the 33 games before that, so trust that process, that formula, and not get impatient with it.
And then how have you seen this team grow into being patient with the game, when you're like chasing?
Yeah, I think we've done a good job a few games at not chasing the game, not taking outrageous chances or anything like that, and it's worked for us in the past. And for me, like, if something works, like, we know it's going to work. We have the proof that it's worked before. So it's a matter of staying disciplined and sticking with it. But like I said, we've had that experience, that firsthand experience of, okay, our process will work as long as we keep at it, keep breaking it down. So now it's just a matter of staying disciplined and staying on task.
One of the things that we were just talking about with Covey is how you guys have the proof that staying patient in your game, especially if you're trailing, you guys have had success. What has been the biggest shift for you guys in terms of trusting that patience?
Oh, we know we're a good team, and obviously, like last game, trailing 3 goals behind is hard, but we're still confident in the group that it's possible. It doesn't matter what type of game it is, it doesn't matter what situation it is. We have belief in the group that the guys that get put on the ice are there to get it done. So that's what we have the whole season. Even if we're going in with a lead or we're going out with needing a goal, we're having a committed group that we trust each other.
First time facing the Penguins this season. They're kind of on a little bit of a roll after a rough start to this. What are you sort of expecting to get from them right now, particularly with their 5-on-5 play?
Yeah, a team that's been really going well lately. Watched some of the games, and obviously their speed, their skill. We got a lot of guys that can make good small area plays and then attack the ice. So we got a lot of guys that can put the puck in the net. So it's going to be a good challenge for us. We're excited to play them, and we're looking to bounce back.
In a game like Thursday where you generate so much offense, you play so well, especially after you sleep on it or whatever, is that one where you're able to look back on it and almost throw it out or just think, hey, we continue to do a lot of the right things, just ran into a hot goalie that night?
Yeah, well, you just gotta wash off it and go get better in the next day, I was going to say. I mean, we're facing a tough team today, and tonight is the night where we're going to have to put the puck in the net. So we're just going to come in here with the mindset getting better, wash it off, be a little frustrated about how last game went, but being motivated and competitive tonight.
What are you saying when you watch Crosby?
Oh, wow. I mean, one of the best players of all time. I mean, a player that I grew up watching so much over the years. Big role model when it comes to working hard and just try to be the best version of yourself every day. I mean, such a special player for the game, and I mean, a player that I still watch constantly with the way he plays. So it's always exciting facing him.
You work hard at improving your game. How hard is it to stay as fit, as durable as he's been, and is showing again this season?
I mean, I think he's the proof when it comes to. I mean, even if you're the best player on the ice, you work the hardest, and I think he's the kind of the whole face around that. I mean, I heard so many things about guys that I play with him, and said it doesn't matter if he had 5 points the night before or we lost, he was out there the next day working the hardest. So obviously, it's such a big player and big person to have in our sport, and for kids these days, even like when I was a kid watching him, just to learn from his mentality. So it's always.
Sheldon, obviously no Curtis today, and you said there was a possibility that he might be shut down to the break. How is he doing, and what's sort of the status there?
Yeah, he's doing good. I think they got a handle on it. We just think it makes sense with the break coming here that we'll just take our time. I'd be very surprised if he wasn't full go coming back out of the break.
Looking at some of the lines there, you have that switch of Dawson and Nason, and these are sort of things that you've done before. What are you looking for when you're making those particular changes to start a game?
Yeah, I've been mixing it up in the games as well with them. I guess looking for one of them, and either way, to take hold of their game and the situation, and some of it's matchups and opponent base. So haven't quite found a groove that way alongside Nico for either guy. So we'll just continue to work our way through that.
When you say take hold of their game, is that their personal game, or how would you sort of?
Yeah, both. Both. I think both have really good things to offer alongside Nico in terms of their defensive utility. They go about it a little bit differently, but I think we're trying to find a little more offense, a little more goals, outside of our guys who've been contributing at a high rate. So that's more what I'm getting at there is how can we get a little bit more coming out of that Holla group. Playing with that a little bit.
What's the message coming out of Columbus?
Played well, probably deserved better, but playing from behind is a tough ask in tall orders. So didn't like how we gave goals up for free that way. The first and third goal for me are goals. We have the puck in full possession and give it back. And second, we'll give them the penalty kill goal. Their power play goal they scored, but the other two are too much for us. So otherwise, we're still right there in the game if you don't give them the gifts. So there's that. But the other part of it is push past it and be determined and motivated today. By the fact that you don't want to lose two in a row.
I saw a talk out here earlier on. How's his status? How's he doing? Is he close to?
I think he's doing well. I don't think he's close. But again, that's well down the list of things for me when I'm preparing each day. So I'm not up to speed on that.
Why has Sid been so good for so long?
I don't know. I'm not there. I'm not on the inside. But what I see is, the skill level is one thing, but commitment level, and love of the game and love of the process and everything that comes with being consistent in terms of training and mindset, all that sort of stuff. He's done it at an incredibly high level, and I've seen some of that, in Toronto with a guy like John Tavares, who just, the professionalism that he has off the ice. And I think you see that with Sid. He's been, such a world-class player for such a long time and doesn't seem to be slowing down. And that you can't do that if you don't have a love of the game and a love of all the things, all the hard work that it takes to do that.
So they had a nice pass to Tatar to set up a goal. What have you seen from them, and what can they continue to do to try to create more offense?
Make some plays. When there's an opportunity to do so. That those guys, for me, those guys, I'm more looking for them to make sure they're controlling the play, be down the offensive zone. Generate some energy for our team that way. And if there's an opportunity to score, make good on it. But We need those guys to create energy and positive momentum for the team. That's really more what I'm focused on, with those guys, and anything we get offensively is a bonus.
Coach, you mentioned playing from behind. Have you guys discussed maybe what you're not doing to score early in games, and maybe what you got to do to get on the board a little earlier?
Yeah, we talk a lot about that sort of stuff, yeah.
What has gone into Jacob's streak lately, Markey's streak? I mean, there are a lot of factors, team, shot suppression, things like that, but where is he in terms of a kind of groove right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just seeing the puck well. It's kind of mirroring his season last year a little bit. It took a while to kind of get going and take a hold of things, but he seems to be in a really good place. Just looking at how he's tracking the puck and how it's coming in, and obviously our team defense has helped make his job easier, but there's still chances in there, of course, for him to manage. And sometimes it can be even harder when you're less busy. It can be harder on a goalie at times. But he's managing all of that really well. He's got some solid consistency here of late.
I think he's on a hot streak offensively. What do you see from him? How much of that was confidence in himself, confidence in his shoulder, confidence in his defense too?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all those things. I think it's just also just he's up to speed now. Like he's a young player. I would say the same with Pesce. He's not a young player, but it's even harder with a younger guy that doesn't have a lot of experience in the league. When you miss training camp and you miss preseason and the league is already 10 games in to their pace and conditioning and all those kind of things, and you just jump in, that's hard, and it takes a while. So I think that's really where we're at, is he's feeling better and more confident because he's more conditioned, for the pace of the league. And when I talk about the pace of the league, that's both in the on-ice stuff, and then but it's also the off-ice stuff, and the travel and the schedule, and all those sorts of things. But I thought he was excellent the other night. Obviously had a number of great chances, but that's because he's either making the plays or he's putting himself in those spots, and those are all really encouraging things that we want to make sure he continues to do without sacrificing on the defensive side, which has found that nice balance.
Sheldon, obviously, the five-man connectivity is important defensively every night, but against a Pittsburgh team here that's been rolling offensively lately and has defensemen like Carlson and Letang who really jump up, does that put a little more onus on your forwards here defensively tonight?
Yeah, no question. Yeah, it does for sure. And there's a lot of teams in the league, come with that pace from the back end and their D being active. Columbus is very similar. We're just coming off that game, but most teams in the NHL want to play that way. They just happen to have some of the guys that do it better than most. So they're very dangerous that way. We've got to make sure we're not hanging around waiting for the puck to land our way. If it's in question, we got to make sure we're getting back and being above it. We got to manage the puck really well, because as you say, these last 10 games, they've been scoring as well or better than anybody in the league, and they've got lots of confidence coming in here.